Hey, this is Patrick from WorkHands, and today I'm going to take you through how you as a supervisor will approve your apprentice's OJT on WorkHands. So, you should get an invite to WorkHands from someone on the Central 16. Once you get in there, you'll get a welcome to your apprenticeship dashboard. We're going to go ahead and get started. And we're just going to skip the tour today because I'm going to give you a personal tour instead. Now, if you go in here, you'll see that you have just a few options to pay attention to. You have your apprentices. You'll have the time cards they're submitting to you, and you'll know that you have to take action when you see one of those. And you'll have some reports generated as well. We hop into apprentices. You should see any apprentices in your organization, and for any of the ones you're assigned to, you'll see this assigned tagged. Now if we hop in and take a look at one of these, you'll generally see what the apprentice sees. Now you'll have some controls that are different than what the apprentice would have. You'll see exactly how they're doing at a given time on their OJT, so you can see their total progress, all their hours they've completed, and where they're at on each work process as well. You might see some red in these charts. That's generally where we'd project they'd be based on start and end dates. This apprentice is doing a great job, so we don't see any red in this chart. You'll also see on here their list of time cards, their courses, and things like that. So you can poke around when you get in here. Now if we head back to the dashboard, take a look at really what you'll be doing most of the time when you come in here is paying attention to those time cards that have been submitted for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull this up, and you'll see in here a single time card to take care of. Now in here you can find any time card that's been assigned to you. We just by default filter the ones that you need to take action on. But if you want to change that, if you want to see some other ones that have been approved in the past or current, or you just want to see all of them, just remove that as well. You can also filter this by month or year. But we're going to go ahead and pull up this one time card that we have from our example. And in here, we can see the apprentice has gone through and they've got their total hours, pretty short month if you ask me. And we've got each of these broken down for the totals for their work processes. And you can see how this looks each day. So we can take a high-level view. Looks like they only put 2 days in here. So let's go back and look at that. So it looks like on December 2nd, they put in 4 hours there. December 3rd, they put in another 4, 2, and 2. Now as a supervisor, there's really only 2 things you have to do in here. You have 2 big buttons. You either approve it or reject it. Now most of the time, everything looks fine. You're going to come in here and approve. In this case, this one actually looks like it needs some help. So we might want to go ahead and reject it. All we ask is you give some feedback. So when you give feedback, it goes directly to the apprentice. They'll resubmit, and then you can have a chance to approve it again. Let's say for whatever reason, we actually are okay with this. Maybe the apprentice took a whole bunch of vacation. Now we're just going to go ahead and approve. What happens, you'll see that light green turns to dark green. This goes from submitted to approved. And the apprentice gets notified that their hours are all set. And that's that. As a supervisor, this is what you're going to do 95% of the time when you log in here. Pull up these time cards you have. And they're submitted awaiting your approval. Go in there, either reject or approve, and then you're done until the next month's batch. Now each time an apprentice submits, we're going to give you a reminder. We typically remind them beginning of the month and about a week in as well. And when they submit, we'll let you know if you have others to take care of as well. So you may have more than 1 or 2 time cards to take care of. Over time, you'll start having reports generated. This will be on all your apprentices. There'll be downloadable spreadsheets you can take a look at. And when you're in here, if you have any questions about how to use the system, we have chat support right in here. You can pull this up and start a conversation with someone from our team. If you have questions about how to do any of this, if you need to update assignments or make sure there's somebody else who's on here who can approve, just let us know and we'll help you out. So, like I said, if you have any questions, pull up that chat. But otherwise, we're looking forward to seeing you on the site. Thanks.